Mr. Pritam Singh is not my friend, but he speaks and praises all the amenities in Aljunied anyway. So it's not as though we don't have allocation of resources and infrastructure across all of Singapore. We do. I've decided to fill Gan Kim Yong in Punggol because there is a gap when Teo Chee Hean left Punggol. No doubt the WP would have preferred me to fill a new minister here, or maybe even just go with the existing team and a new candidate. And perhaps that's why they decided to drop everything in Marine Parade and parachute here into Punggol, not expecting me to make this move. So let's be clear, the WP didn't step up. They stepped away from Marine Parade. Yes, Gan Kim Yong is a friend. He's also a key member of the team. Is there value in having a senior minister anchor a GRC? Of course there is value. Senior ministers in my cabinet bring with them experience and proven capabilities. But I was also rather taken aback by the negative tone that the WP took in their rallies against Gan Kim Yong and the Punggol team last night. We may have our differences, but there is no need to go into negative attacks on individuals. Especially someone like Gan Kim Yong, who has done so much for Singapore, and it continues to do. WP last night talked about Income-Allianz deal. It was the government that stopped the deal, and it was MAS chaired by Gan Kim Yong that proposed new legislation that enabled us to stop the deal. And now he has even bigger responsibilities. It's regretful, I'm disappointed that the WP would make such negative attacks on someone who is spending so much time tackling national issues, trying to make things better. Not being a member of the CEC is an irrelevant point. Because Gan Kim Yong is a key member of my team, he's my deputy. Gan Kim Yong decided not to put himself up for election in order to allow for renewal for the party. That's CEC, party leadership. But the comparison with Heng Swee Keat is not relevant because whilst Heng Swee Keat is younger, Swee Keat also had health issues, and those were the concerns and considerations he had, which we had explained to Singaporeans earlier, and he chose to step down. Inaccuracies are plenty. I've highlighted some of them even in my Fullerton speech, but continue to be repeated. Those pertain more to GST and inflation. And we have also explained how we do our GST system so that it doesn't harm the lower and middle income groups. But none of these facts, none of these clarifications get through. They ignore it, and they continue to blame the government, blame the GST, because I suppose for them, this is about maximizing their political advantage, never mind the facts.
I think this deal is subject to the MAS approval, and when the issue arose, the letter that was written by Tan Swee Chee to MAS and to several ministers, Minister Shanmugam engaged him and discussed with him on behalf of the government and share with us the background of his concerns. And we know that the deal is subject to approval by the MAS, subject to the regulatory approval, and we will need to approve it under the Insurance Act. So when the deal was first surfaced, the government, the various agencies took a positive approach. We think that we understand that income needed to do this to strengthen its capital base to be able to move forward. So it is something that we take it very seriously, and we study the structure of transaction. So we took a positive approach during the Parliament, and subsequent to that, when more details surfaced, we had concern about how the new entity will be able to fulfill the social mission that was given or given the undertaking for with the Ministry of Community and Culture and Youth, MCCY. And so therefore the two agencies came together and to discuss how do we square the both sides' obligations. And then we presented the case to the Cabinet, and the Cabinet discussed and decided that given the conflicting interests, both from the insurance point of view as well as from a social mission point of view, the deal could not go through. It has to be blocked. And therefore we took the decision to amend the Insurance Act so as to give MAS the legal basis to block the deal from Income-Allianz. So I think the whole process was transparent and upfront, and we have opportunities for MPs to ask questions on all aspects of the deal. I think they objected to the bill for, I think Ms. Hertingru explained that because this could be retrospective, it is not fair to companies to have a bill that retrospectively reject a deal. Maybe she didn't understand because the deal hasn't been approved, and therefore the act was not retrospective. And I actually explained to Ms. Hertingru after the Parliament sitting because I thought she did not understand. So I think that was one critical consideration. But all the other issues, the Workers' Party had all the opportunities to raise. So I'm surprised that they reiterate these questions in the rally. Perhaps you can ask them, did they raise such issues? And if they did, were they not happy with the answer? If they were not happy with the answer, did they not raise it further?